The prisoner who never left his cell. But crimes kept happening. The man who never left. No one paid attention to cell 47. It sat at the end of a long concrete hallway inside Grayford State Prison. The lights above it buzzed all day and all night. The air always smelled like metal and old water. Guards walked past it every hour, but they never stopped because there was nothing to see. The man inside that cell never caused trouble. His name was Daniel Reyes. He had been locked inside that small room for almost 7 years. No yard time, no contact with other prisoners, no visits, just a bed, a toilet, a sink, and 4 gray walls. Every single day looked the same. He woke up at the same time. He sat on the edge of his bed. He stared at the wall. Sometimes he would talk, but only to himself. Guards called him quiet. Some called him strange. Most didn't care at all. To them, he was just another inmate who had been forgotten. But outside the prison, something strange was happening. It started with a small crime. Nothing big, nothing that made the news. A local shop owner reported that someone had broken into a store at night. No forced door, no broken window, just missing money from the safe. The police checked the cameras. They saw a man walking like he belonged there. Calm, slow, no fear. He wore gloves, a mask, a hoodie. He walked straight to the safe, opened it, took the money, then left. No panic, no mistakes, like he had done it before. At first, police thought it was just a normal robbery, but then it happened again, and again, different places. Same pattern, no forced entry, no noise, no clues, just clean, quiet crimes. Then something changed. One night, a woman was found dead in her apartment. There were no signs of struggle, no broken doors, no fingerprints, nothing stolen, just one strange detail. On the wall, written in black marker, were 3 words. Stay quiet now. The case became serious. Detectives started connecting things. The robberies, the silence, the calm way everything was done. It all felt controlled, planned, like someone was thinking many steps ahead. Detective Marcus Hale was assigned to the case. He was not new. He had seen many bad things in his career, but this case felt different. Too clean, too perfect. People make mistakes, Marcus said one morning, looking at the crime photos. But this person doesn't. His partner, Lisa Grant, leaned against the desk. Or maybe, she said slowly, we just haven't found a mistake yet. They spent days going through footage. Street cameras, shop cameras, apartment cameras. Nothing useful. The suspect always stayed hidden, always knew where the cameras were, always avoided being seen. Until one night, they got something. A camera from a small parking lot caught a blurry image. A man standing under a broken light for just a few seconds. No mask, no hood, just his face. Marcus froze the frame, zoomed in. The image was not perfect, but it was enough. Run it, he said. The system scanned the face. Seconds felt like minutes. Then a match appeared, but when Marcus saw the result, he didn't speak. Lisa looked at the screen, then looked back at him. Is that real? She asked. Marcus didn't answer right away, because the name on the screen made no sense. Daniel Reyes. Lisa frowned. That's not possible, she said. He's in prison. Marcus nodded slowly. Yeah, he said. I know. They checked again. Same result. Same name. Same face. Daniel Reyes. Locked in Grayford State Prison. Solitary confinement. For 7 years. Lisa shook her head. This has to be wrong, she said. It's a mistake. But Marcus wasn't so sure. He stared at the screen. Something about the eyes. They looked calm. Too calm. Let's go see him, Marcus said. The next day, they drove to Grayford State Prison. The building stood far away from the city, surrounded by fences, wire, and silence. Inside, the air felt heavy, like nothing ever changed there. They met Warden Cole, a tall man with tired eyes. You hear about Reyes? The warden asked. Marcus nodded. We just want to talk. The warden gave a small laugh. Good luck with that, he said. He barely talks to anyone. They walked down the long hallway, boots echoing against the floor. Cell after cell passed by, voices, shouting, anger, until they reached the end. Cell 47. It was quiet there, too quiet. The guard unlocked the door slowly, metal scraping against metal. Daniel Reyes sat on his bed, exactly how the reports described. Still, calm, watching. He looked up as they entered. His eyes met Marcus's, and for a second, Marcus felt something he couldn't explain. Not fear, not anger, but something worse. Like Daniel already knew why they were there. Daniel Reyes, Marcus said, "We need to ask you some questions." Daniel didn't move, didn't speak. Then, very slowly, he smiled. It wasn't a big smile, not friendly, not warm, just enough to make the room feel colder. "You came faster than I thought," Daniel said softly. Lisa froze. Marcus stepped forward. "What does that mean?" he asked. Daniel tilted his head, still smiling. "I was wondering when you'd notice," he said. The room went silent. Marcus felt his chest tighten. "Notice what?" he said. Daniel leaned back against the wall, relaxed, like he had all the time in the world. "That I never left," he said. He paused. "But I was never alone." Lisa and Marcus exchanged a look. "Who's helping you?" Marcus demanded. Daniel didn't answer. Instead, he looked directly at Marcus again and said something that would stay with him forever. "You're already too late." Marcus stepped closer. "Too late for what?" Daniel's smile faded. "For the next one." And just like that, he went silent again. No matter what they asked after that, he said nothing else, not a word. That night, another body was found, and just like before, there was no noise, no struggle, no clues, only 3 words written on the wall. "Stay quiet now." And back in cell 47, Daniel Reyes sat alone, or at least, that's what everyone believed. The voice inside the walls. Detective Marcus Hale did not sleep that night. The words kept replaying in his mind. "You're already too late." And then the second body. Same pattern, same silence, same message on the wall. By morning, the case was no longer small. It was now a major investigation. More officers, more pressure, more fear. Lisa walked into the office holding a file. "You need to see this," she said. Marcus looked up. His eyes were tired. "What is it?" She dropped the file on the table. "Both victims," she said, "have something in common." Marcus flipped it open. Photos, reports, notes. "They both spent time near Grayford Prison," Lisa added. Marcus paused. "Near the prison?" he asked. Lisa nodded. One worked at a gas station just 2 miles away. The other used to deliver food to the staff entrance. Marcus leaned back slowly. "That's not a coincidence," he said. Lisa crossed her arms. "So, how does a man in solitary confinement connect to people outside?" Marcus didn't answer, because he didn't know, but he was starting to believe something dangerous. Daniel Reyes was telling the truth. He never left his cell, but somehow he wasn't alone. That same morning, they returned to Grayford Prison. This time, things felt different, more serious, more tense. Warden Cole was waiting for them. "You said he threatened another crime," the warden said. Marcus nodded. "And another person is already dead." The warden's face tightened. "That's not possible," he said. Marcus stepped closer. "Then explain this," he said, handing over the reports. The warden read quietly. His hands moved slower with each page. Finally, he looked up. "What are you suggesting?" he asked. Marcus didn't hesitate. "I think someone inside this prison is helping him." The room went silent. "That's a serious accusation," the warden said. "And I'm serious," Marcus replied. Lisa stepped forward. "We need access," she said. "Cameras, guard schedules, everything." The warden hesitated, then nodded. "Fine," he said, "but you won't find anything." Marcus hoped he was wrong, but deep down, he knew they would. They started with the cameras. Hours of footage. Hallways, doors, cells. Every movement inside the prison was recorded. They focus on cell 47. Day after day, night after night, Daniel Reyes never left. No one entered. No one spoke to him. Nothing unusual. Lisa rubbed her eyes. "This is impossible," she said. Marcus leaned closer to the screen. "Not impossible," he said. "Hidden." They kept watching. Fast forward. Pause. Rewind. Then Marcus saw something. "Wait," he said. Lisa stopped the video. A guard walked past cell 47. Normal. Routine. But for just a second, he slowed down. Not much. Just enough to notice. "Play again," Marcus said. They watched carefully. The guard passed by. His hand brushed the wall. Tap, tap, 2 quick knocks. Then he kept walking. Lisa frowned. "Did you see that?" she asked. Marcus nodded slowly. "Yeah," he said. "Now watch Daniel." They rewound again. Focus on the cell. Inside, Daniel was sitting still. But when the guard tapped the wall, Daniel blinked. Once, then twice, and then he smiled. Lisa stepped back. "No way," she whispered. Marcus didn't move. "That's communication," he said quietly. Lisa shook her head. "That's not possible. He's locked in. No contact." Marcus looked at her. "He doesn't need to leave," he said. "He just needs someone to listen." They checked the guard's name. Officer Grant Miller. Worked the same hallway. Same shifts. For over 3 years. "Bring him in," Marcus said. An hour later, Miller sat in the interrogation room. He looked nervous, but not scared. Marcus sat across from him. Lisa stood by the wall. "You've been working cell block D for a while," Marcus said. Miller nodded. "Yeah. You know Daniel Reyes?" Another nod. "Hard not to," he said. "Guy never talks." Marcus leaned forward. "Then why were you talking to him?" Miller froze. "I wasn't," he said quickly. Lisa stepped in. "We saw the footage," she said. Miller swallowed. "That's nothing," he said. "Just habit. Habit." Marcus repeated. Miller nodded. "Sometimes I tap the wall. Just something I do." Marcus watched him carefully. "Does he tap back?" he asked. Miller shook his head. "No." Marcus slid a photo across the table. "The victim. Another person is dead," Marcus said. Miller looked at the photo. His face changed. "I didn't do anything," he said. "We didn't say you did," Lisa replied. "But you're helping someone who did." Miller's breathing got faster. "I don't know what you're talking about," he said. Marcus stood up slowly. "Listen to me," he said. "If you don't tell us the truth right now." He paused. "More people are going to die." The room went quiet. Miller looked down at the table. His hands were shaking. "I never hurt anyone," he said softly. Marcus leaned closer. "But you helped him," he said. Miller closed his eyes. For a long moment, he said nothing. Then finally, "He just talks," Miller whispered. Lisa stepped forward. "What do you mean?" Miller looked up. "He tells stories," he said. Marcus frowned. "What kind of stories?" Miller swallowed. "About people," he said. "About their lives." Lisa exchanged a look with Marcus. "How would he know that?" she asked. Miller shook his head. "I don't know," he said. "But he does." Marcus's voice got sharper. "And the tapping?" Miller hesitated. "It's code," he admitted. Lisa felt a chill. "What kind of code?" Miller looked straight at them. "Instructions." The word hung in the air. Marcus felt it, that heavy feeling again. "Instructions for what?" he asked. Miller's voice dropped. "For people outside." Silence. Lisa took a step back. "That's not possible," she said. Miller shook his head. "There's more," he said. Marcus leaned in. "Say it." Miller's eyes were filled with fear now. "There's someone else," he whispered. Marcus's heart slowed. "Who?" he asked. Miller looked at the door, then back at them. "I don't know his name," he said, "but he listens." Lisa frowned. "Listens how?" Miller took a deep breath. "There's a maintenance tunnel," he said. Marcus's eyes narrowed. "Under the cells." Lisa stepped forward. "And?" Miller's voice shook. "Sometimes, at night." He paused. "I hear footsteps down there." Marcus didn't speak. Miller continued. and Daniel talks to him. The room felt colder. Lisa whispered, "Through the walls?" Miller nodded. Marcus stood still. Everything was starting to make sense. Daniel Reyes never left the cell because he didn't need to. He had someone else doing it for him, and that someone was still out there, free and listening. That night, Marcus returned to cell 47. He stood outside the door. Daniel sat inside, waiting, like he knew Marcus would come back. Marcus spoke slowly. "We know about the code," he said. Daniel smiled. "We know about the tunnel." The smile grew wider. "And we know you're not working alone." Daniel leaned forward. For the first time, there was excitement in his eyes. "Then you're getting closer," he said. Marcus stepped closer to the bars. "Who is he?" he demanded. Daniel whispered something so soft. Marcus almost didn't hear it. "You've already seen him." Marcus froze. "What?" Daniel leaned back again, still smiling. "Check your cameras," he said. And then he went silent. That same night, the cameras went out, just for 3 minutes. And in those 3 minutes, someone walked through the prison, unseen, unrecorded, and very real.